All right, so here's the video 3 of 3 for March 18th, Wednesday. Looks just like this. The first one here, we've got says express the ratio in 3 different ways. It's gray to the total, so we have 3 gray and then 7 total. So it can be written as a fraction. 3/7 could be written with the word 2to and could be written with our mathematical terminology with the colon there. Number 2, we're just using kind of translating English language into math. So 5 degrees below 0 is written as -5. 32 degrees above 0 is just written as +32. Remember, positive numbers, it's always implied a number is positive, so we don't need the plus sign there. Number 3, write an expression, again, translating into math language, English to math. So it says 6 more than y, we just write it as 6 plus y. Number 4, coming over here. Ooh, whoops. And maybe one of these days I'll figure out how this whole camera thing works. So number 4, list all the factors. For 5, it's just 1 times 5. For 10, it's 1 times 5 times 2. Circle the greatest common factor, it's 5. That's it. The next one is multiples. Remember, multiples are, we multiply 4 times 1 times 2 times 3, and we list 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. We do the same thing with 6, so we just do 6 times 2, 6 times 3, 6 times 4, 5, and 6 times 6. And there are 5 multiples. We circle LCM, remember, as least common multiples, so the lowest number that they have in common. In this case, it is 12. Number 5, quick division and quick multiplication problems involving decimals. The only thing you have to do with number 5 with the division problem is make sure you multiply both the dividend and the divisor by 10 to turn 0.3 into 3. Then go ahead with long division. You should get an answer of 4.8. When you're multiplying decimals, just remember to multiply like normal and move your decimal over as many points as you started. In this case, we started with 2 decimals, and so we end with 2 decimals. Okay, remember, I'm going through these very quickly because these are review, and these videos have to be under 5 minutes. If you need to pause the video to take another look at them, please do. Make your corrections. This is for you to kind of check in and kind of give yourself a little bit of a grade. Okay, the next portion of today's work, where are we? Here we are. $33 for 11 pounds of meat. Maybe you know your multiples of 11, and you know right away that that is $3 per pound. That's our rate, and the unit rate, remember, is how much per $1. So $1, you get 1/3 of a pound. Okay. Number 2, there's a little table. It's asking you to turn, it gives you exponent form. It's asking you to write it in expanded form and then write it once again in standard form. Standard form is just just simplifying it. So exponent form 2 to the 3rd power, it's not 2 times 3, but it's 2 times 2 times 2. And of course that equals 8. The next problem asks you 4 squared. It's not 4 times 2. Oops. It is 4 times 4, and that equals 16. And the last one, it's not 3 times 3, but it's 3 times itself. 3 times gives us a value of 27. Next part, it says 3 is what percent of 10. To find that out, we set up a cross multiplication problem. 3 over 10, that's 3 parts of 10 total. 3 parts of the whole, which is 10. And we know that if we turn this into a percent problem, we'd get 30 on top. We can just simply multiply 10 times 10 to get 100, and so then we multiply 3 times 10 to get 30. Okay. Okay. Number 4, Sebastian carried a half a liter of water on a hike. He drank 2/3 of the water. How much water did he drink? So if he began with half a liter, he drank only 2/3 of it. Before I even do my multiplication, I know that the answer is going to be less than 1/2. So know that when it's saying, when it's giving me a problem like this, I have to quickly multiply 2/3 by 1/2. I get 2/6. That simplifies to 1/3 of a liter. And then number 5, the thing you'll notice is that you can write an equation where y equals x plus something. You could have also written an equation that says x equals y minus something, but there are your answers there. This is all the time I have for video 3 for March 18th. I'll be back with video 4, or excuse me, video for March